Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So you may have noticed I have sort of pivoted a little bit in regards to my content, and I'm not really focusing at the moment on debunking XRP narratives. It's not because there isn't enough to go around anymore to debunk. There's a lot of XRP narratives to still debunk if I want to. But this year I said to myself, what's the point? Because I am still a holder in XRP. I still do hold XRP. I am an investor in XRP. And debunking XRP narratives, I have come to the realization, especially this year where I'm expecting a euphoric bull cycle in 2025 at some stage, more to the end of the year. But I have come to the realization that debunking XRP narratives as a holder is counterproductive, because as a holder of XRP, I want to make the most possible money I can out of XRP. And that would only happen through delusion, in my opinion. The XRP community, in my opinion, are delusional. They believe in all these delusional narratives that is not substantiated with any real factual information. It's just delusional hype, hopium narratives. But it's these delusional narratives that has caused XRP to be able to survive all these years. That's giving XRP value, because it's a mass delusional community buying into these delusional narratives that XRP is going to replace the financial system, replace SWIFT. XRP is going to be free, 4 digits, $10,000 per token. The whole world would be using XRP. The whole banking system would be using XRP. It's these delusional narratives, okay, that causes people to buy XRP, hold XRP, never want to sell XRP, because they've got these delusional narratives that they believe in. So why should I spend time debunking these narratives when I want the delusion to continue this year? In fact, even though I don't believe in it, okay, as an investor in XRP, I want it to happen because I know this would drive up the price of XRP. And that could be my chance to sell my tokens. Because why many XRP holders won't sell their tokens, because they believe that XRP utility is just around the corner. Okay, so they'll probably hold it and round trip. I'm fully aware that there is no utility driving up the price of XRP. There is no utility driving up the demand for XRP, the value for XRP. It's just the community's mass conviction in delusion that's giving XRP value. As the cycle, like all the previous cycles, it goes into an extreme bull phase, a euphoric phase, and it eventually dies down. Okay, people would round trip their XRP tokens, but I plan to sell within that cycle and don't be a person round tripping my XRP. But many people would round trip their XRP because they're expecting 3 to 4, 5 digits, which is what I'm not expecting with XRP this year. Or I don't know if I'm expecting that any year, to be honest, but definitely not this year, 3 to 4, 5 digits, or at all, to be honest, I'm not expecting it at all with XRP. Because of the supply is just too high. Come on, you have 100 billion tokens out there. Ripple keeps dumping on you guys, on the community. How the heck is it going to get to 3 to 4 to 5 digits at 100 billion tokens? I'm just not buying it. And the whole utility thing, you know my stance if you see my content. I don't see any evidence that XRP is being utilized. It's all theoretical, it's all delusion, it's all hopium. That's really giving XRP value, not utility. That's why I'm not really focusing on debunking XRP narratives at the moment. And my focus at the moment is actually meme token investing. I'm trying to build a portfolio this year. It's been my focus for the past 6 months. And throughout this year until we reach the bull phase, it's literally just building my meme token position. The reason being is because I believe in the speculative market that we have. When we reach the extreme euphoric phase, okay, the tokens that will do the best in terms of speculative growth is meme tokens. I think they would outperform utility tokens. Bitcoin would go up. Money would leave Bitcoin into speculative assets, altcoins and speculative tokens. But the market that would perform the best in terms of ROI, I'm betting that it would be in the meme token space. I don't think it would be XRP and altcoins, but meme tokens. I think they would outperform the altcoin market. It would outperform even Bitcoin in terms of ROI potential. That's why I'm focusing on, if you look at my recent content, are meme tokens that have strong communities that are also delusional. But the massive difference is that a meme token community can be delusional. In fact, it's good that they're delusional because meme tokens have no utility. We all know that already. Okay? But when a utility token and the community behind it are delusional, that's also great, because with XRP, it's clearly been working for the community by giving the token value. But the problem is there would come a point where if utility does not happen, okay, it does not materialize as people expect it to. Ripple XRP is not used by Swift, and dates are thrown out. 2025, nothing happens. 2030, nothing happens. 2035, nothing happens. It will come a point where people would wake up and say to themselves, exactly what I've done these past few years, is that XRP is not being utilized. The banking system do not really care about XRP like that. Even if XRP is being utilized in ODL, it's not really giving XRP value because it's a buy and sell process. No one is holding XRP as a store of value. When all these realizations happen, it happened with me early, which is what I'm grateful for. But when all these realizations happen, and it would happen with time, especially if utility doesn't happen, how the delusional XRP community envision it would happen, okay, where XRP will literally be the center of the whole financial system. When that does not happen, okay, what do you think is going to happen? People will start losing conviction. When people start losing conviction, they do what I did. They start selling their tokens for other things. They think XRP is not going to make me that money that I want. XRP is not going to change my life. They're going to look for other opportunities, which is exactly what I did in regards to my XRP. But the reason why is because what my thesis is with XRP is that long term, the lack of utility would act as a point of failure. So if this is the hypothesis, if XRP does not have utility, how the XRP community envision it, okay, then the lack of utility would cause the community to lose conviction, and it would cause XRP to be sold. You know what happens if there's a mass loss of conviction in a token? If the community loses conviction, the token would reflect in the token's price, basically. And that would not be a way for XRP to keep going to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 digits. But if obviously their delusional narratives do come into fruition, then yes, we will probably see a high price XRP. If the whole world does use XRP, if banks are buying XRP because that's the currency that they're going to use and they're treating it as a store of value. But in my opinion, that's not going to happen. And you can look at all my previous content as to why I believe that's not going to happen. I believe that the market is competitive now. When people say, oh, it's going to happen in 2030, for example. Well, by 2030, there's going to be so much competition. We don't even need XRP as a bridge asset like that anymore. Countries are building their own blockchains. There's smart contracts in play. They can use stable coins or CBDCs for bridging, which has better liquidity, less volatile. I mean, there's so much options now. It's not like back in 2017 or 2015 or whatever year where the only option in town looked like XRP. It's not like that anymore. Because of these reasons, that's why I'm not long-term bullish on XRP. I understand that its value is really coming from the community delusion. That's fine. So I'm going to benefit from that delusion rather than debunk it. Maybe after the cycle ends and nothing happens as I expect in terms of utility for XRP, I can go back to having fun debunking XRP narratives again. But for now, yeah, man, you guys believe what you're going to believe. Believe in 2025, XRP is going to be to 3 to 4 digits, 5 digits. Believe that XRP is going to be used by Swift and the whole world is using it. Rah, 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 rah. Just continue believing what you're going to believe. And hopefully that can push XRP to a new all-time high. Yeah. So with that being said, thank you for watching.